The 2026 Formula One season hasn't even begun, but the F1 world is already rocked by a major controversy that could potentially change the landscape. Mercedes and Red Bull have reportedly discovered a hidden loophole in the new 2026 engine regulations, a loophole that could give them a significant advantage over their rivals. Ferrari, Honda, and Audi have reacted strongly. Meanwhile, the FIA has begun sending vague signals about what steps they might take going forward. It all starts with the 2026 regulations limiting engine compression ratios to a maximum of 16.1. This figure is measured when the engine is in a static state, not running, and at room temperature. But this is where the ingenuity of Mercedes troubleshooters comes into play. They found a way to effectively increase the compression ratio while the engine is operating on the track, without the FIA-mandated statistical testing. The key to this trick lies in thermal expansion. When an engine operates at extreme temperatures, some metal components expand. Mercedes specifically designed the connecting rod, the component that connects the piston to the crankshaft, to expand with specific characteristics when hot. This expansion pushes the piston higher into the cylinder, significantly increasing the compression ratio as the engine runs. The results are astonishing. When operating, the engine's compression ratio is estimated to jump to around 18:1. This results in an additional power of around 10 to 15 horsepower. In Formula One, where a tenth of a second can be the difference between victory and victory, this additional power can translate into a gain of around a quarter of a second per lap. Over the course of a full race, this difference can be the difference between standing on the top step of the podium or even missing out. Red Bull didn't sit idly by. They learned about this concept through an engineer recruited from Mercedes and began implementing a similar solution. However, internal reports indicated that Red Bull was still lagging behind in technological refinement, leaving Mercedes as the team with the most mature version of this concept. Interestingly, Mercedes didn't hide their approach. From the outset, they submitted the design to the FIA to ensure their interpretation was regulatory compliant. The FIA reviewed the concept and declared it legal, as it didn't explicitly violate any written rules. The regulations only stipulate compression ratio limits during measurement, not when the engine is operating on the track. This is the true essence of Formula One. Read the rules, find loopholes and exploit them. However, not everyone accepted this with open arms. Ferrari, Honda, and Audi considered the interpretation contrary to the spirit of the regulations. Ferrari was even reportedly considering filing an official protest at the season opening race in Melbourne. The situation escalated when Formula One journalist Juliana Sarasulli revealed clues from the FIA regarding their stance. The FIA reportedly admitted that some parties were reading the regulations in a way they hadn't originally intended. This statement raised the possibility that the loophole wasn't designed to be exploited as it is. But admitting a mistake and banning it outright are two very different things. Banning it outright could create major chaos. Mercedes and Red Bull have designed their entire 2026 power unit based on this concept. The engine has already been built, the chassis has already been adjusted, and any sudden changes would require months of time and significant expense. There's also the issue of fairness. Mercedes has acted transparently and obtained FIA approval. Banning this design now would penalize the teams that most intelligently read the rules. Such a precedent risks stifling future innovation. Therefore, one of the most realistic scenarios is for the FIA to allow this technology to be used throughout the 2026 season, while allowing other manufacturers to catch up. This way, the advantage would naturally diminish over time. Alternatively, this gap would be officially closed starting in the 2027 season. Red Bull's technical director, Ben Hodgkinson, emphasized that their car is completely legal. He said the regulations do allow for interpretation, and every team has an equal opportunity to be placed. The problem is that Ferrari, Honda, and Audi only realized this interpretation when it was too late. Their engines were designed with different philosophies and couldn't be changed quickly. The crucial meeting between the FIA and all engine manufacturers, held on January 22nd, will be crucial. It is there that the direction of FIA policy will likely begin to emerge. Clarity may emerge after that meeting, but until then, Mercedes and Red Bull are in a very strong position. The pressure will only increase when Barcelona starts on January 26th. If the Mercedes-powered cars appear significantly faster, political pressure on the FIA will escalate. Ferrari will undoubtedly be watching very closely, and if the performance gap is too great, an official protest will almost certainly be filed before the first race. For fans, this situation presents a tremendous attraction. This is Formula One in its purest form, full of innovation, controversy, and off-track battles. Will the FIA protect the technical ingenuity of the leading teams, or choose to safeguard commercial interests by leveling the playing field? The answer to that question will determine the face of the 2026 season and even the future of Formula One innovation. One thing is certain: before a single competitive lap has been run, the 2026 season promises to be a major drama. And that's what makes Formula One so consistently exciting.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything.